I will start. If people join, they can just join. We have a full moon in Leo. It peaks at 10 tonight. So it is still kind of brewing, but it would have been brewing for the last like day or so. And the energies will continue a bit after. And full moons are all about release. So they are big tension points. So like that light grows and grows and grows from the new moon. And then it reaches the full moon. And when it's full, when it's bright, and it is that like peak moment of energy. So I always view it as like once it actually hits, so like 10 UK time, if you're watching from anywhere else, that's like that like moment of all the energy that's been building and intensifying and trying to show us something, trying to teach us something. And this one is in Leo. So Leo it's fire. It has a big, strong energy. So if you think lion, think Leo, think of like that big regal, like I always think instantly like crown, like throne, stage. Leo like loves the fire, loves the light. But it's not, as everyone can always get into really like negative connotations in that regard of like ego. And there's not a negative, there can be that with Leo, there's negative connotations of all signs. But it's not, it's just about actually really embodying your authenticity and your truth. And this is really what this lunation is bringing in for us all, is like asking that of us, to ask us to step into our authentic truth from our like lion's heart, so that we can truly like be proud of ourselves in that way where we're not people pleasing anymore. So sorry if you hear background noise. I am not the only person in the house, so just so you know. Yeah, big release point. And this has like been building, and we've got the moon in Leo at this moment in time. But to have a full moon, the sun is doing something to light it up. And the sun is in Aquarius because we're in Aquarius season. But we also have, like, there are 5 planets right now in Aquarius. So it's heavily loaded in the opposite sign. So there's like this big like shift, this big weight that really needs this movement like within us. And the Leo part, the moon, the bit that is highlighting to us, is where we're going to step into our courage, where we are going to step into our creativity, into our passions, and really shine our light brightly as the true authentic selves that we are, like our soul's truth, the actual thing we really want to be, as opposed to doing any like people pleasing. So with the lunation at the moment, it's like that part of the Aquarius with that's like very collective is all highlighting how we are currently like people pleasing, like keeping quiet to keep the peace, doing things so other people stay comfortable, but so that we are potentially not. And the revelation may be under this moon that you finally realized you are doing that. You may have realized for years or weeks you do it, and that it's just this revelation, this rumbling where you're like, I can't do this anymore. This is the big ask of us, is like being honest with self, tuning into self, like at your heart space, at your like gut, in your core. What is your truth? What is it you really want to embody? Because the first part of it is embodiment of it, so that we can then truly shine it out into the world. And that's how our light will grow and get like vaster and bigger and brighter. And then we are also seen by the right people. So then that collective energy of like Aquarius comes in again, because it is about us shining our authentic light. But it is not that negative side of Leo of like me, it's all about me. It is about us doing it then like for like the community, for the collective, for the people around us. But it's us being our authentic self, so we can shine brightly in the world and be best of service to the world and to the community and everything else, as opposed to just people pleasing at our own detriment, which dims our light and doesn't really help those people either, because they haven't got your truth. And the biggest thing I have learned on my journey, at least, is you want the people around you that know you, know your truth, and love you for your truth. Otherwise, it's just like a downward spiral. Right? I'm just can't do 2 things at once with chat and me chatting. So, Abby, So much been coming up to release, been emotional and aches and pains and pressure. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Like this one is a big one. So this release energy that is really like coming forward is like, it's so vital that we really lean into this energy like now, whether it's tomorrow, whether you've already been doing it, because the release that is being asked for is to really cleanse the way, because this is the last big lunation we have before the eclipse season starts. So the next one that we have, and the next time we meet, probably on here, is the 17th. It's a new moon in Aquarius. Well, that is kickstarting the eclipse portal. So eclipses notoriously chaotic. You like think we don't know what's going to happen. Things will rumble in ways that can really, really change us and shift us. It's very, very sorry. It's a very, very unstable energy. Always productive in ways, but unstable. This one is our last lunation before that. So the more we can lean into the discomfort now, the more we can release now, the more we are setting ourselves up for this pathway forwards, and the better we will like land ourselves for that eclipse portal that will come. Yeah. Can't do this anymore, have to change. There's very much the energy coming forwards with me as well. There's like a having to take like real acknowledgement and like actually just making the shifts and making the changes. And that Leo energy is, it's fiery. So it really is like a rocket up our asses in that regard of like giving us that passion, giving us that fire in our bellies, into our hearts, so that we can really move forward with truth. And this is much easier, but still very uncomfortable for people that are more in alignment. And I would imagine most of you that follow me and are on here are all people that are already on your path and in alignment to be able to do this, to be able to lean into that discomfort, because it's really asking us, like, there's so much big astrology that has been happening already this year. There's been so many lunation changes. There has been so many, like, planet changes, not lunation. There's been so much going on and more to come, and we're about to go into the fire horse year on the 4th of February. There's so much big shifts and changes that are occurring, and they are on the world stage. I mean, like, literally the world stage has been chaos for how long anyway, but it's because like everything is like really like reaching breaking points, and things are going to shift on such vast levels. And to do that, we need to make our personal shifts so that we can stand in our authenticity, in our sovereignty, in our truth, in our power, because we are part of this. Like, we are part of this shift, this change, and bringing in like a new way of being, bringing in that, like, it's like new age, but that shift is already happening, and it is because of people like us that do the personal work, because that's the bit that goes outwards. So it is like a personal thing, but it is for the world at large. It always is. Let's just have a look. I love that you're watching me from a bath. Bathe for me, as always. To anybody else, I don't have a bath in my house. So my dear friend Anais, who is unfurling alchemy, I'm always like, bathe for me, have a bath for me, please. And if anybody else wants to, please do. And yeah, don't worry, we're not going to go into eclipses today. I am also staying in denial for this moment in time, but they are coming. So this lunation is important in regards to that. Claire, I'll mention this only because I listened to an amazing podcast. It's Tayani Talks, I'm saying that right, an Australian astrologer who I love, last week, and she was interviewing someone that does Chinese astrology. So the Chinese New Year that they celebrate is on the 17th, and that's the annual thing, like the 4th of July type of thing. But the actual like stuff that happens in the sky and when things shift can vary. So apparently Fire Horse is actually on the 4th. So I only learned this last week, and that's like bringing it forward. So yeah, fire energy is coming in sooner. Everyone's probably felt it brewing, because it has been that as well, with like coming towards this lunation. So like, yeah, so much happening in that regard. Fire, feeling energized. Amazing. I love that. Yeah, that's that fire, activating fire. Hello, Kira. I figured not to go on TikTok because then I figured most people don't have it. I don't know, is that just me? Like, I feel like I'm like an old person on TikTok, and it's a really bizarre place that I'm getting used to. Anyway, what else? So this moon is that like self-worth aspect. So really sit with yourself and where it's landing in your chart. So depending on where you are, you're welcome to pop in the chat, put your rising sign in if you know it, and I'll be able to tell you which house it is affecting, because then there's some energies which are more personalized to you. But this lunation is asking you to, in true Leo fashion, step into the spotlight in authenticity with self. And to do that, there is that shedding, that release. So be honest with where you people please, be honest with where you sit in a room or like go to places or like have conversations where you put yourself at a discomfort for the comfort of other people. And I'm not asking you to go out and make other people uncomfortable. I'm asking you to stand in your integrity and your truth, or this moon is, and me translating it through. So that like the world can know you. And it may be that's like dynamics, the part of this release, this shift, this discomfort is some dynamics may have to change. The people that truly love you, the people that are really meant to be in your life, the people, they are the ones that will see you and love you no matter what the change, and love you for standing in your truth, and love you for that. If you make people uncomfortable, it says more about them than it does about you. And this is that like shedding, that release. With the Chinese New Year coming into Firehorse on the 4th, we're in this final bit of snake as well. So use this last bit of the snake year, use this lunation of this release of this full moon, dramatic. It's Leo. It's going to be dramatic. The feels are dramatic with it. But also let it empower you. Also let it like push you to do things like this for me. Pushing something I have been thinking about, talking about for ages that I was going to do and just never do. And it was like, now is the time. Now is this movement forwards. Obviously got it wrong. I could do it on Instagram, but you know, we live, we learn. And there was such a part of me that just wanted to crawl back into myself and be like, look at me. I fucked up. Look at me. I can't do anything right. Look at like all of this stuff, all of that negative self-talk started rumbling and just being like, look, I can just cancel. I can just say, I can't go live on Instagram. I can cancel. I don't have to do this. And it was that fiery Leo energy coming in to be like, no, you have to do this. You need to shine in the way you want to shine. And for me, one of those things of wanting to shine is to teach, is to impart the things that I love and learn. I don't want to necessarily sit in front of a camera. Like, this is absolutely petrifying to me, but I'm so in love with the stuff that I learn and want to talk about. That's where that passion comes through. And it's about shining that through in the ways that work for you. Right, let's go through this quickly. So, fairies away. Lisa, is that you? I like just double checking. Do you know what your rising is? Because that's the part of your chart that'll be able to give me your house. Oh, sorry, I was reading the above comment. Taurus rising. So Taurus rising is in your 4th house. So this is your home, your family, and your roots. So this is that release. This is that shedding of that area of your birth chart. So within that, like I said, it's literally your family and your home life now, but it's also your origins. It's also your roots. So if you think of that root system with the things that come up through it, the things that you learn, the way that you are, the conditionings that you have from just, you know, growing and living and being from, so your childhood into the way you are now. And I'm going to say, I'm pretty certain it is Lisa. So I know that you have children. So it's then those roots as well. That's all within that house. That's what's in this Leo moon for Leo moon for you. This is that fiery energy of this release point. What does not serve you? Where is not comfortable? How can we move forwards? Shed that so that you can create something that is really authentically aligned to your heart, to your soul, and that really resonates with you and brings you that like happiness. Because Leo is happiness. Like, it's the sun card in tarot, and like it is that like joyous energy, optimism. We have Sag rising. So Sag rising, this is in your 9th house. Ninth house is your higher learning, it is travel, it is your spiritual wisdom, your development in that regard, philosophy, everything kind of sits in there. So the release point will be really landing in your truth of what aligns to you with the knowledge you already have, and then how to then, so when you move forwards of like what you really want to continue to embody, that spiritual wisdom, that learning, and what you want to learn moving forwards, really truly getting in alignment with yourself, so that that push forwards from now on is like really, really, truly authentic to self. Hey, free colors. I think that's how I'm saying that. So Sagittarius rising, the same as before. There's the same sorts of energies. Depending what's going on in your reality, you may resonate to one more than the other. So we've got like higher education's in there, travel is in there. So depending on what you're doing in your reality, these things can all be aspected. But the biggest thing for me within that house, maybe just because obviously everything's like personal that way, I very much lean into the spiritual wisdom aspect of things. Leo rising, well, it's your moon, isn't it? Because it's Leo, it's in your first house. First house is self, so it is all about you. It's yourself in regards to your body. It is also like it's your personality. It is you as you like entered the world. So this one is really asking you to look at self in like true Leo fashion, like really like look in the mirror. Do you like what you see? Look through the actual, like flesh skin, and like on the inside, do you like what you see? And we want to shift and release everything that you do not like. Get it gone. Scorpio risings, you are 10th house. This is your career. This is how you are are perceived in the world in that regard. Your like accolades, it's what your achievements in that regard, like way. So it's very much that like how you are working that needs to like what's not working for you. Are you happy in the job you are doing? Are you wanting to, if you have a business like that is your own, are the things that aren't working that you need to shift, get them away, and then like rise up in a whole new way? Because this is always, the shedding is always so we can rise. Remember that. Yes, Cicely said good. I thought so. Yeah, it seems really aligned to you at this moment in time. Absolutely. Virgo, we are in your 12th house. 12th house is like, I say the secret house. So your mental health is there because it's the psyche. So it is the unconscious. It is potentially like things that we keep hidden and squirreled away, but it's all because it's just that house of like privacy, but also that like connection, real strong connection point to like the other side. So dreamscape is in there. Also like being able to talk through like that space into other worlds, that's really coming in regards to, so this release factor of what doesn't serve you like within this space. Is there either things hidden, or is there things that like just weigh down within, because it's our mental health as well as that like subconscious aspect, like what needs to shift? And maybe even things that you don't see, that you just maybe feel that just need to like, they're just not serving you anymore. They just need to shift and be gone. But they would have been like rising up, and for you especially, you would have been feeling it in your body. Right, amazing. I think that's everyone. If I've missed anyone, just shove your details in there. But yeah, this is out of people pleasing. That is the biggest takeaway from this. Out of people pleasing and into authentic truth, so that you can truly shine. So shed what doesn't serve you. Like all the areas of your chart are like affected by different things, but that is just that part of your chart that this one will be influencing, but other aspects will pay a difference. But the more you can lean into those aspects of things, the bigger you, because it is asking you to release in that like little triangle part of your chart. So like lean into that. So we also have tarot connected to the moon. Sorry, words. And there's two. So when it's a full moon, we pull the cards out that are linked to where the moon is sitting and then where the sun is sitting that's illuminating it. So the moon is in Leo. So it's wands, it's fire, and this is the Six of Wands, and they're both sixes. So then it's like literally on the chart, you go to the opposite side into that set of deacons. And so the opposite one where Aquarius is currently sitting is the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is a card that is all about transition. It is, but this, especially with this lunation, is very much talking about this inner transition that we are making. This person is rowing these people across. It's from one shore to the next, and it's away from, oh, I can't move my fingers properly, like shaky waters into like clear, but they're huddled because it's that inward turn that's like asking us to move, and it's asking, sorry, I don't know where to move in regards to this. We have to decide to leave behind what feels heavy, what is chaotic, what is misaligned to us. And this is Aquarius, so it is air. So this is very much that mindscape as well. And it is a journey away from the past. It's a moving on, change. We are putting a distance between. And then when we link that to all the lunation stuff that we already know about the moon, it makes sense that we're going into victory, the Six of Wands. This is where the moon is sitting. So this card is all about our public image. It is about success, and it's about recognition. It's about achievement. This person's trotting into town and everyone's raising their wands like, well, hey, go you. And you're getting all that like accolade. And with this, it's like that leadership, that honor, that confidence, a proper feeling of like returning home. And this is what this is asking for us. This is the journey. Like, you can't embody this energy, this returning home and being seen and acknowledged for who you are, and the things that you want to be like known for, without the transition part away. So you have to like become unanchored to this and like make that decision to cross from one shore to the next. So this is about releasing, it's about moving away from roles, from people, from conditioning that do not serve us. We're going to get in the boat and we're going to cross the shore to the other side where we will receive. And this is not like instant. It's not like, right, you're going to go like release something like literally this evening under the moon, like, and tomorrow it's going to be like this grand recognition. It's not necessarily that, but this is that incoming energy. Like, we don't want to shrink anymore. We want to shine. And like, this is that energy. It's asking us to move into this energy so that we can really be seen for the truth of ourselves and really just get that like, and it's get that spotlight shone on us. And if you're sat there going, I don't want a spotlight on me, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be going through town on a horse and getting everybody cheering at you or stood on a stage. For some of you it may be, but for most of us we probably don't actually want that. So it's that level of like leaning in so that you can get the like recognition that you want. And it may just be in a partnership, it may be in a friend group, and it may just like being seen by a group of friends that see you in your truth and love you. Good, bad, ugly. That's part of this, like good, bad, and ugly, because that is all of our authentic truths. We are all good, bad, and ugly. Like, we all have negatives. It's the human condition, and we all have soft spots and like crunchy bits and all these things. Like, we all have things that just make us human. And to be acknowledged in a way by the people that are around us for actually our authenticity. And when like, if you just don't want to do something because it's not comfortable with you, that it's okay by another person, as opposed to somebody just like forcing you to do something, or like, oh, you should. And then the fact that we then should ourselves. But maybe I'm just speaking personally, I definitely should myself a lot. So yeah, we are moving away, we are transitioning, we are releasing, we are going to safer, calmer shores where we can be seen in our truth. Any questions before I think I have covered everything that I wanted to talk about? But yeah, anything to say before I move on to like just doing some mini readings? Third year assignments for psychology. Oh my God, how are they going? Oh, closer to the camera. Can you hear the dog's tail wagging? He's wagging. Let's see. Let's go with this tarot deck. An emotional roller coaster this weekend. Yeah, I understand that. Me too. I definitely thought fire energy was really coming forwards, and then I was like, oh no, I just definitely want to cry. It's been a lot. Yes, Blue Lotus and Mugwort tincture will be good. Mugwort for anybody actually with that release aspect. And yeah, if you guys, I'm sure you all have rituals, but if you do not, if you're like, what's a ritual? One of the easiest ways to release under a moon is to burn, just to burn shit. Write stuff down that you want to release, and do the sort of intention, and burn it, because you're transmuting it. Fire transmutes, you are releasing it, you're turning it to ash. And then I would always recommend go and do something like chuck it down the sink if you want to, go bury it, do something with the ash, get it gone, return it to the earth. Oh, hey Terry. Yay, I'm glad you had a great day today. That shift. Yeah, the energies have been, there's been so many different planetary changes and stuff. Like, it has been intense. I love it. Learning about yourself is always a wonderful thing, and then it helps us so much with other people as well. Right, let's get going with this. What I will do is, I assume, just chuck a comment in with like, yeah, how we can do it is, if you just go for like, potentially, however you want to do it, if you've got something that you really want to ask or anything like that, just pop it in. But I would relate it to this moon, as we are on a moon thing. Or if you want, just chuck your, in the chat, chuck your rising sign in again, because then that will remind me. And can link what cards are pulled then into that house as well for you, because I know I went through them all, but I've forgotten already. Don't retain information. But yeah, for me as well, it has been a lot energy. Sag rising. I'm sorry for the noise. That's probably me shuffling. That was probably really annoying, but I'm very noise sensitive. Three. Okay, so Kira, the first one we have is so hard. It's like backwards to the way I want to move. Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is a card, as you can see, with his headache. Swords are the mental landscape, and fives are all, I can't do it, challenge. Five of Swords is a card about that conflict and challenge, but like in the mind, that keeps attacking, that keeps us like bogged down. And we want this, I will learn, the freedom. Can you see the little man to the side of him? Like, it's about wanting that freedom of these intrusive thoughts that come in. And especially because it was then followed directly with then the Seven of Swords. So you're keeping in that air energy, which is that mental landscape. Fears, worries, anxieties, how we communicate outwards into the world is also part of this. And the Seven of Swords is a card that talks about it's stealth. It's about being stealthy with like self, with your mindscape, to be able to like push and move forwards. They are like two, I say, like uncomfortable cards. Swords are kind of uncomfortable anyway, but the odd number tarot, like in these, are like generally a bit more unstable. But it's like, because we're in this release aspect of like what does not serve us and what we don't want, especially yours was in the 9th house, so it's that like that spiritual learning, that wisdom. It's getting out of, like, I'd almost say, like get out of monkey mind, get out of the negative thoughts, worries, all of that stuff that comes in, strip that away so that the like, divine truth can really land with you and move forward with that as like that actual, the compass, the guide. We pull 3 cards. So then we do have the Knight of Wands. So that fire coming in. And then look at even, let's put these down, put the wrong card down. Knight of Wands, look at that horsey in the background because the knights are on horses. But this person is just like absolutely loving life. And they're sat in like as you can see, the 4 wands. They're sat within the 4 wands. They're sat like in a portal. But just really enjoying that fire energy, that activation coming in, knowing, and it's like, especially with that fire horse year coming in with that horse in the background, it feels like it's incoming, but especially until it really lands on the 4th, like just work with that sifting all of that out of your mindscape. Don't worry too much about the gung-ho going forwards. For right now, just really embody spirit, really embody that inspiration, really get everything to come in, and like as it's coming in, use that fire to like knock monkey mind out. Use the wands to come in and knock the swords out. And then more next week when the energy really shifts and as it starts to rumble and build, like then really like that's the time to like jump on the horse. Scorpio rising. So what was that? 10th house again for you, Abby. Let's see what wants to come through. Oh. Yeah, we'll go with those ones. We want the ones on the floor. Okay. So, sorry, Abby, I can't remember what you said in response to things earlier. Or maybe you didn't. Roller coaster. So, first one, so 10th house, that career, that like how you are seen and acknowledged and witness that success part in the world. First card we have is the Emperor reversed. Fire energy coming in. It's actually Aries energy, but it's fire energy. And the Emperor in reverse is like he's not sat on his throne. He's not like comfy. It's like old ways of being. Like it's sort of that energy coming forward that aren't really like serving you. Where there is this like almost like this is the energy we want this like strong structure, this like up leveling into like that security that the Emperor can offer. So it's either like gripping too tightly to something, or there's a lack of discipline in the reverse. And it may be that one or the other needs to be brought into focus, that you either need to really let go of something that's not serving you within that remit, or like put more effort into something. It's come out with the 8 of Wands in the reverse. So this is all speed ahead in the upright. It's less speed and less like active motions forwards when it's in the reverse. So this definitely is release, pause, surrender. And it's leading towards something wonderful. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. It's leaning to a new beginning, something like planting a seed of something that is either more aligned, something more substantial for you. It doesn't have to be like if you run a business, say, it's not that that business is necessarily going to end. It may be that you may want it to end and you're starting a whole new one. It could be like the way in which you're doing things within a business or your career or something like that. But you've got a really good indication of something really grounded and solid being able to manifest, and you being able to manifest that. But for right now, shed, clear, and just really get into alignment with the energies that are coming forwards. Oh, because I've started to pull cards, I am now getting incredibly hot. Who's next? Taurus rising, baby. I saw that you deleted something. Was there anything in that deleted bit that you wanted me to see in regards to the cards? Because it's not a problem. What I will do whilst I've asked that question, Lisa, is I'll give you time to respond and I'll move on to the next one, but we'll come back. So, free colours, do you want to ask something else? I can do Sag Rising. I am not particularly comfortable doing health insights. I don't work, even when I do intuitive energy healing, I don't do physical health, is not really my remit. So it's not something I'd particularly feel comfortable pulling, especially in such a, like, maybe if it was like an hour-long session or something, but not in a little thing like this. And yes, so is in the background. He definitely wants feeding. He's like probably an hour past needing feeding, but then I got into the chaos of not being able to go on Instagram. So he didn't get fed. Poor dog. Awful dog mum. We can. So here you are, Virgo 12th house, aren't you? So if Leo is your 11th, that is your like social circles and stuff like that. It's community. It is that, where are my words? Allies, collective, all of that thing. And how you move within those circles, how you show up in them, how you want to be seen in them, what you want to release, like what you want out of that, and then how you show up for the collective, the world, the community in that regard, if it's the 11th house. So what do I not see? What do I not see? Ooh, almost landed on the candle. Oh, and that one. Okay. I mean, interestingly, so for one, obviously fire energy really, really coming through, as it they all three almost landed on the candle that I have in front of me. So the first card we have for you is the Five of Pentacles. So 5 notoriously uncomfortable challenge cards, and this is a card about like feeling as you can see she's down, it's like left out in the cold of a sanctuary, but the key is right. I can't point to the right side of things. The key is right here. And it's a card about like, so this is because it's earth, so it's pentacles, it is that, it's money, it's anything, it's like potentially our physical well-being, our house, our home, everything of just our physical reality. And there's like a despair and a worry and a like a loss. It's that downwards thinking, but it's just like chin up high. But it's followed with, so you've actually got the Six of Wands, which, because the ones I was showing you earlier is the Rider-Waite deck. So you've actually got the Six of Wands, which is all about this like public recognition. As you see, she stood on the stage, getting her accolades, having that success, having that victory. And then with the World, this is a completion stage. So the way I'm actually reading this for you, oh, this is too complicated for a Charlie brain, because this is completion and integration. So it feels as if there's a level of success and victory you are having over scarcity mindset that you were having previously, and in regards to what it is that you want on the other side of that door. I'm trying to, obviously, because I know I'm trying to not say things that are like too personal on the interweb in regards, like there's different things I'd say if I was sat with you. But it's that like you're not down and out, and I think that's but it's more saying like that's what you have come to realize. So what you're actually not seeing is actually more that you are seeing. That's how the energy is coming through. There is success and victory over this energy, which is leading to the completion of it. So what's actually more occurring for you in this lunation is that release. You're done with that. That is fully an old way of being. That it didn't serve, it served its purpose, but it didn't serve you, and now it's onwards, upwards, a whole new cycle. It is the Fool. The cycle starts again, and it is the Fool. So you got to go jump off that cliff. But it's even that, because in this deck, the Fool doesn't just fall mindlessly off the cliff. The Fool, like she's leaning across, and it's that active choice to drop into the experience when the time is right. So yeah, just let that release point really like land, hit, and then on to the new. You're welcome, Abby. No, just put the wrong rising sign. Okay. Taurus rising, baby. Taurus rising. Oh my god. They can stay there. One more. Okay, so we got 2 pages to start. So the page Page of Swords in the reverse, and then the Page of Wands. And what I love about this is, so do you know we were talking about this way, the swords and the wands, and how that it is that transition across and away from this so that we can really be seen. You've got this, so like you've got that like shift away from this swords and then into the wands here. The Page of Swords in the reverse is about this, like, so for you especially, really clearing that any mental confusion, anything within that landscape that is bringing that fogginess, any fears, worries, anxieties, and like into then the Page of Wands energy here, which is all about like proper inspiration coming forwards. And pages are like aces, so they are kind of new beginnings. They are the younger of the court cards, and especially where it's in that fourth house for you, I'd really look at the feeling I'm getting through. It's like really look at potentially your teenage years, or at least your younger years, potentially even like early 20s, of the energies of then conditioning that relates to where you are now in your life, what's happening in your remit, because it's in clearing this that you'll get like this more, like the more divine inspiration and those sparks, and that like that spark to push and drive forwards whilst you're navigating a tower moment. Obviously I know you, and I know like a bit of what's happening at the moment, so this is kind of where you're at. This doesn't feel like it's incoming, this feels like the stuff you've been riding through. And in regards to finding this again, I think one of the keys for you will really be like, look, it's like that, because it's that roots, that ancestry, that family, that home, is looking like that deep dive within that shadowy aspect, the tower moment that comes and like crumbles our reality, but it's so we can build a more solid foundation. So the thing you can really do for yourself is really just be truthful and like acknowledge the stuff that is happening, which I know you're doing, and really taking that turn inwards so that, sorry dog, so that you can like get this like divine spark back, which is kind of here in the cards for you. You're welcome. It's a nice little space. So I think that's it. I've got through everyone, yeah, apart from Claire, who I'm doing now. I'm still feeling like a hermit. I mean, still midwinter, so you're allowed. You're allowed. I know, puppy. I'll feed you soon, I promise. I'm sorry. I know. I know. Ow, 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 ow. We'll just do Claire, and then you can come say hello. So he is a Leo baby. He is oh my God. He's a Leo baby. That's why he's called Soul. Sorry, Claire. So, Claire, you have the moon in reverse. So major arcana, always a bit more impactful. And the moon in reverse is actually like a nice card, because this is our fears, our worries, our subconscious and our anxieties and stuff kind of come into the moon, but it's also the mother. So this is linked to mother, but it's actually a releasing. And this makes sense with after the retreat you've just been on. This is a releasing of the mother. This is a releasing of the fears, the worries, the anxieties, the conditioning, all of those things, releasing repressed emotions, inner confusion, everything like that. So literally landing like where you are. And then we have the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is about like, it's about truly seeing. So it's about like being blindfolded, but then like turning that gaze inwards to really be able to see. So that like feeling like a hermit is because there's still an inward turn kind of required of you right now. And like it's just a processing, a release and all of those things that's just still in progress. So like, just don't worry too much. And just keep on going through, like keep on plodding through. And obviously, because I know you, that is. Oh, so the Seven of Wands in the reverse, which is a card that is all about feeling overwhelmed. So it's that like really shifting through to really be able to release these things. And the biggest thing to focus on at this time, especially where this is in your first house because you're a Leo rising, is to it's that like, because it's about self. So really like work to calm your nervous system and like get that as balanced and settled as you can. Like feel good about yourself physically, feel good about your body, and then like feel good about yourself. So it's just really, really sitting in authenticity and truth. And there is a strong connection, like I said, with that moon. Is the releasing's already happening, and I know it is in your life, like it's already happening, but it is very deeply linked to that like the mother wounding, and this is really asking you to really like just see without seeing, see with that blindfold on, take that turn like truly inwards, connect to source, connect to like your higher self, and then make the changes on the physical level that you can, like I said, nervous system stuff, and how you look at yourself physically. Tower crumbled everything, so much has been coming up from that early conditioning. I'm ready for your spark to come back too, and you're welcome. Yeah, tower moments fucking suck, but they're worth it in the end. I don't know if that's just a personal resonance. So much of my early conditioning has been a thing for the last year and a half. So, yeah, it's a thing. He's a good boy. Right. I will go feed him now because the poor boy hasn't been fed. But thank you all for joining me. We will do this again, not on Instagram unless I get a lot more followers very quickly, but the next one will be the new moon in Aquarius, start of eclipse portal. So definitely don't miss it. We'll go through the tarot again and we will do some mini readings. But if you want a reading with me, just pop me a message. I do half an hour online, and I also do hours in person if you are Hampshire way. I do intuitive energy healing and stuff like that as well. So yeah, goodbye from us. I hope you have a beautiful evening. Go release, go shake it off, go write down what you want to release and burn it and give it back to the earth and do all of those things. I'm gonna go have some puppy cuddles after I put him. So yeah, I love you all. Thank you for joining me, and sorry for the confusion and the fact that we're over here and not on Instagram.